And our 8-man bracket is underway. I am absolutely pumped for this match. Tim definitely, probably on paper, the less experienced grappler, but coming in a lot heavier than Harry Cassar. I've been informed Harry Cassar is a very talented black belt judoka. And I am really excited to see if he is able to launch Tim Moore through the air. And I've watched Tim Moore compete quite a few times nationally and internationally, and I don't believe the man has been training for that long compared to probably Harry Cassar. If memory serves me correctly, maybe only 4 or 5 years for Tim Moore, which is not a really long time in the sport of grappling, but he's made some really insane progress and gotten some really good results so far. And you can see the style of Tim Moore is he does not show any respect to his opponent, who on paper may be the more experienced grappler, which is great for us because we get to watch an awesome match. And there we have it, a beautiful throw by Harry Cassar. Manages to take Tim Moore over, which is very impressive. Tim Moore is not a small human being. And I can imagine Harry Cassar was pretty confident he would be able to hit some form of throw on Tim Moore coming into this match. Harry Cassar finds himself on the back of Tim Moore. Tim Moore doing a great job to deny Harry Cassar's top hook. You can see he reaches down, grabs the foot, and pulls it out. But unfortunately, the problem with back control is when you reach down and defend the legs, your opponent can start locking up at the upper body like we just saw Harry Cassar doing. So there's always a trade-off. Harry Cassar absolutely punishing Tim Moore in this position, forcing him belly down and ripping his head up off the mat. A rough start for Tim Moore. Referee is pushing some more action from the boys. Wants to see a bit more. Looks like Tim is doing everything he can to find a way out of this mounted position of Harry Cassar. Just devastating pressure from Harry Cassar. Now shot clock has been activated, meaning we're now looking for a significant movement from one of our athletes. Just as Harry Cassar starts locking up a rear strangle. Great job by Tim Moore to start finding a way out. Great job by Tim Moore. Look for Harry Cassar to likely attempt an armbar here. And great job by Tim Moore to find himself out of that brutal mount of Harry Cassar, but unfortunately a little bit too late in the round. I would say that is Harry Cassar's round.
All three judges score this one for red.
And one of the beautiful things about WNG is the boys have been stood up again. In most rule sets and most matches and competitions, we generally only get to see that initial takedown. And once someone's pinned, especially in the heavier weight classes, we don't get to see another takedown. Here we do. The boys are stood back up, and I'm expecting Harry Cassar to look for another massive throw on Tim Moore. Great work by Tim Moore there to defend the throw. Harry Cassar looking for what I believe is a Koshiguruma. He might disagree with me. Obviously, Harry Cassar being the judo expert, looking to throw Tim Moore as Tim Moore was chasing his back. Sure, Tim Moore is a little bit frustrated. He missed the back there. That was a great opportunity for him to turn the tides of the match. And one thing you'll notice about Harry Cassar and his high-level judo is he is constantly messing with the feet of Tim Moore just like that. And he's been doing that all match, just constantly messing with Tim Moore's feet and Tim Moore's balance. And it's never a big movement, just constantly messing with his feet until eventually he's able to stumble him, get Tim Moore on his hands, and now finds himself on Tim Moore's back again. Really impressive work by Harry Cassar, and he's in no rush to finish Tim Moore. He is just punishing him, trying to make sure Tim Moore is absolutely cooked so he can have an easy rest of this match and secure the victory. And it might be easy for those watching at home to think that Tim Moore is completely outclassed here based on the match so far, but we've seen Tim Moore compete before. He is very, very talented. So props to Harry Cassar for just tossing him around and pinning him the entire duration of the match so far. And the crowd is cheering for Tim Moore. They want to see him escape. But unfortunately, it looks like that is going to be almost impossible with Harry Cassar mounted on you or on your back. Tim finds himself flattened out on the side of the of the mat. And the boys are being reset in the center of the mat in the exact same position. Tim Moore taking a deep breath. Looks like that is the first oxygen he has received in the last 3 minutes. Previously, he has just been inhaling Harry Cassar's chest. And for those at home who don't train, it might not look like much, but when you're breathing, your mouth and nostrils are constantly obstructed from this mounted position. It is absolutely devastating. It cooks you like nothing else. And you will find yourself extremely exhausted in a short amount of time. So props to Tim Moore for continuing to try and fight and find a way out of this position. Beautiful armbar attempt by Harry Cassar. Straightens the arm and gets the tap right on the bell. I'm fairly certain that's match over, but we just need to wait and confirm.
And your winner, out of the red corner, Harry Cassar!